Every time a major tech company rolls out a new artificial intelligence feature, the same panic ripples through the marketing industry. The towering pillars of traditional search traffic seem to crumble, and people now declare that SEO is dead. For 20 years, the internet operated on a simple exchange. You typed a few keywords, hit enter, and scrolled through a list of blue links. Today, people are bypassing those links. They talk to their screens, asking complex, conversational questions. Tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google's AI overviews digest entire web pages in the background and synthesize direct answers right on the results page. The user gets exactly what they need immediately, which means they never actually click through to your website. Search engine optimization isn't gone, but relying entirely on traditional tactics is now a recipe for irrelevance. Ranking on page 1 no longer guarantees traffic if a machine sits above you, intercepting the user. To survive this transition, your digital strategy has to expand. You have to stop optimizing exclusively for standard ranking algorithms and start optimizing for how artificial intelligence actively extracts, weighs, and categorizes information. Let's look at exactly how this works in practice. A founder sits down at their laptop and types a conversational prompt. What is the best CRM software for startups? To answer that, we have to trace the split-second journey inside the AI as it scours the web to build a response. The very first thing the system does is run a baseline check using traditional SEO metrics. It looks at domain authority, checks site speed, and scans standard backlinks to quickly filter out spam and identify credible sources. But passing that credibility check is only half the battle. Just because a web page has a high domain rating doesn't mean the artificial intelligence can actually read, understand, or use the specific text buried inside it. Traditional SEO gets your brand in the room. To actually be chosen as the definitive answer, your content has to pass through 3 additional highly specialized optimization filters. The first of these is Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO. This filter determines how easily a machine can parse and extract the exact facts it needs from your content. This diagram illustrates how AI reads. If your web page is filled with clever promotional storytelling or vague claims about being a revolutionary AI solution, the machine struggles to interpret it. It hits a wall. But a cleanly structured, logic-driven page is easily parsed. The system actively hunts for specific structures. It wants clear, concise definitions placed right at the beginning of an article. It relies on logical heading hierarchies, like staggered H2s and H3s, and direct question and answer formatting to map the context of the page. If your content isn't formatted for immediate machine extraction, the AI will discard your page and pull the answer from a competitor who made their data easier to read. Once the AI extracts the data, it applies the second filter, Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. This is how the system checks multiple sources across the broader web to build consensus. This animation shows a major shift in how digital authority is measured. In traditional SEO, if a site mentioned your product but didn't link back to you, it didn't do much for your rankings. Today, AI systems weigh those unlinked mentions, like debates on review sites, niche blogs, or Reddit forums, just as heavily as a traditional hyperlink. To win here, you have to push your influence outward. You can no longer rely entirely on optimizing your own website. You need active community participation, guest contributions, and a persistent presence in ecosystem conversations. Your brand's authority is no longer defined strictly by the metrics of your own digital property. It is defined by the distributed footprint you leave across the entire internet. The final filter is Large Language Model Optimization, or LLMO. This dictates how the underlying model learns to categorize and understand your brand's core identity. Large language models learn through pattern recognition. If your software's features are described one way on your homepage, a different way in your technical documentation, and yet another way on a review site, you create fragmentation. When the patterns don't match, the AI cannot confidently map what your product actually does. The solution is absolute clarity and rigid consistency. Every piece of public-facing messaging, from your category positioning to your specific use cases, must be identical across all digital platforms. LLMO acts as the final safeguard. When the AI synthesizes all of the extracted data and measures the network consensus, a consistent conceptual map ensures the system associates your brand with the exact right user query. Let's step out of the engine room and back to our founder screen. The AI finishes its processing and generates a single, perfectly synthesized recommendation for a CRM. The brand in that top spot secured its position through a combination of traditional credibility, structural clarity, and network consensus. They optimized for the machine's ability to read and the community's tendency to mention. So, how do you put this into practice? First, audit your content for immediate clarity. Start explicitly answering what, why, and how questions at the top of articles, rather than burying the answer in a conclusion paragraph. Second, expand your marketing efforts beyond your own company blog. You need to actively participate in trusted industry publications and build authority on established review ecosystems like G2 or Capterra. You don't technically have to optimize for artificial intelligence. You can stick strictly to traditional SEO. But the direction of search behavior is shifting. If you ignore this distributed digital ecosystem, your competitors will adapt. They will become the AI's default answer, and you will gradually be left behind.